Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Weiss with Llama Yoga, and today we're going to do a little more chest opening, heart opening sequence. So let's start on our mat, seated. And then just bringing the arms out nice and wide. Take a deep breath in and exhale, bring the arms in and just wrapping them around you. Breathe in through the nose, extend the arms out. And then exhale, bring the arms in and around. Breathing in, reaching long. Exhale, squeezing and wrapping the arms around you. You can close the eyes if you'd like. And just beginning to make that connection between the breath and the movement. Allowing each breath to start the arms, whether they're opening or closing. And just allowing yourself to ground down through the hips, becoming comfortable with this space, this practice. And then just listening to what your body needs for today. Doesn't need to get up and move. Doesn't need to stay close to the ground. And honor where you are today. Making any modifications, taking any variations. And let's move through one more. Opening of the arms, closing the arms around the body. And then bringing your hands to your heart and setting an intention for today's practice. That which you need in your day today. Gently open the eyes if they were closed. And we're going to bring our right hand down to the mat beside us. Take your left arm, reach it up to the sky, and then begin to tip yourself over towards the right, opening up that left side waist. Right hand can stay close to the body or extend out. You can also sit on a block, sit on a pillow if the hips are feeling particularly tight this day. And then taking that left arm up, bring it down beside the body. Right arm will reach high to the sky, so gain that length. And then begin to tip yourself over to the opposite side. And then coming back to center. We'll take that left hand, bring the left hand to the right knee, and bring your right hand behind you. Just a simple twist of sitting up tall and beginning to turn your heart towards your right side. And then switching sides. Left hand down, right hand to the left knee. Begin to sit up tall and begin to turn towards the left side. And then from here, we're going to make our way onto hands and knees. Stacking your hips right over your knees. We're going to then walk or slide the hands forward, keeping the palms down, bringing any part of your head down towards the mat. Coming into heart pose, Anahatasana. Take a big breath in, round the upper back. And then as you exhale, begin to bring everything back towards the mat. If the head doesn't come down to the mat, you could bring a block down. If it's too intense in the arms, forearms could come down. Just beginning to work into those shoulders. Another deep breath in, rounding that upper back. And exhale, coming down to the earth. And then rising back up into hands and knees. Curling those toes under. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Begin to round your back. Lifting your spine towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, begin to bring your chest forward. Arching. So inhale, rounding it up. And exhale. On your next breath, keeping those toes curled in. We're gonna lift just the knees off the mat, hovering. Little rounding in the upper back. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, lower the knees. Arch, you can release the toes. As you inhale, begin to scoop that belly, draw the knees just above the ground. Lower and release. One more time like that. So as you begin to round the spine, begin to draw your belly button in, lifting up. Knees are floating above the ground. Lower everything down. And then from here, we're gonna just step our right foot forward. And I love to use blocks during my practice. Feel free to use anything you have around the house. Children's toys, water bottles, anything lying around. So those are here. Let's bring both arms up, coming into our low lunge. And we're gonna take the arms out to a cactus. So at 90 degrees. And then bring those palms towards each other. As you inhale, draw the shoulder blades closer together, really stretch it open, and then draw the ribs, the front ribs in towards the body. Exhale. Inhale, reach and open. Exhale. Open up. And begin to close. One more time. Bring the hands down to the mat. We're just going to switch sides. So sliding that right foot back. Left foot will come forward. And again, coming up into that low lunge. We'll take those arms out into the cactus or goalpost arms, nice and wide. And we'll start with bringing the arms together. And then as you bring them apart, hug the shoulder blades together. Really stretch and open the chest without pressing your ribs forward. And then exhale, bring them in. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Let's do one more. From here, bringing both hands down, slide the left foot back, curling both toes under. We're gonna lift up and back, downward facing dog. And then just finding a little movement here, bending and straightening the legs, swaying the hips side to side. And then pressing into all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. Press down into the hands and then press forward as you lengthen up through the arms, up through the spine, up through the tailbone, and then slowly beginning to let the heels land towards the mat. From here, let's sweep that right foot up to the sky. Hug the knee into the belly. Step right foot between the hands. And spinning our back foot down, warrior one. Both hands are going to rise up. And then let's take them out to those cactus arms. So we're grounding into our legs. If you need more space, walk that right foot to the right. Press into that back foot and open up the chest. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. One more, opening up the arms, drawing those shoulder blades closer together. Bring them together. Send the arms up to the sky. Sweep them behind you. We're going to interlace the fingers. Opening up the chest, so not pumping and pressing out our chest and our belly, but lengthening up through the spine, taking the hands back towards the back foot. Take another breath here. Optional, bowing forward to the inside of the knee, taking the arms with you. And then in either place, releasing the hands to the sky. Both hands come down to the mat. Step back into plank. Lower down to the earth. Tops of the feet are flat on the mat. And we're going to work with locusts. Here's our back bend. So circling those shoulders back. Reach the palms back. So your chest is just slightly lifted. Head is just a couple of inches off the mat. Palms are facing down towards the mat. So taking a nice deep breath in, feet can stay down. So generating a little strength in our back body to help open up our chest. One more breath. Release the hands beside the body. We're going to press up to hands and knees, and then back, downward facing dog. From here, left leg will reach up to the sky. Draw that knee into the body. Step forward, warrior one. So making sure we are anchored into our legs. Both arms reach up. And then bending the elbows out to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Draw the palms together. Inhale, shoulders slide back and down. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. Take the hands straight up to the sky. Sweep them behind you. Interlacing the fingers. Open up the chest. Really lift up out of the lower back. Extending those hands towards the back foot versus down towards the mat. And then the option to stay here or to bow forward to the inside of the knee, opening up the chest. One more breath. Rising all the way up. Take and release the hands to the sky. Both hands down to the mat. Moving through our vinyasa, so moving from plank, either straight legs or lowering the knees to the mat. Coming down, moving through locust. So circle those shoulders back and away. Arms extend back, feet can stay anchored. So feel this long line, feel the back muscles turn on. And then release the hands. Press up and back, downward facing dog. So adding a little bit more to our sequence here. We'll take and lift that right leg up to the sky. Hug the knee into the belly, and then we're gonna circle the right knee out to the right. Just one time, nice and slow. Bring that knee into the belly. Step the right foot between the hands, warrior one. Planting our back foot. Both arms reach straight up to the sky. Exhale, hands release down, interlace the fingers. Opening up the chest. Bow forward or stay lifted. Inhale from wherever you are, rise up halfway. And then exhale. Inhale, come all the way up, release the hands. And then from here, we're gonna turn to the left side of our mat. And we're gonna just lunge towards our left leg. So feet are dialed out, left knee is bent, left knee is pressing right over that ankle. And then swing to the other side, over to that right. I'm a little bit more at a diagonal on my mat, it's okay. Swing side to side, Skandasana, hands can stay up onto the thighs, they can come down to the mat, they can hover. As you come over that right foot, turn all the way to the top of your mat. Step it back into plank. Lower down to the earth. Moving through locust pose. Reaching those arms back nice and long. Head down, shake out the head and the neck. Release the palms. Up and back, downward facing dog. From here, left leg will reach up to the sky. Draw that left knee in towards the belly, and we're gonna circle the left knee out and around. Hug the knee in, step the foot between the hands, warrior one. Both arms reach up to the sky. Sweep the arms down and behind you, interlacing the fingers. Opening up the front of the chest. Breathe in. Bow forward any amount that feels all right in your body. Inhale, rise up halfway. And exhale. Rise all the way up, warrior one. And then we'll turn to the right side of our mat, moving through those side lunges. Over to the right, and then to the left. Toes are turned out. Knees are pressing out. One more time to the back. As you come back over that left foot, face forward. Step back into plank. Come down to the earth. Draw the shoulder blades up, back, and away. Extend the hands back, palms facing down. Feet are anchored. Nice big breath here. Release the hands, downward facing dog. Lifting that right foot up to the sky. Hug the right knee into the belly, circle it out just one time. Stepping right foot between the hands, warrior one. Both arms are gonna reach up to the sky. Sweep it down, interlace the fingers. Open up the chest. And again, feel as though you're lifting up out of the hips, rising tall, and then bowing forward. On your next breath, lift up halfway, press into that back foot, and bow forward. As you come up, release the hands, warrior one. And then transitioning into our side lunges, so turning towards the side of the mat. Lunge towards that back knee. Sway to the right. One more time each side. And then the next time we come over that right foot, we will turn forward, come into plank, lower it down to the mat, rolling back, extending the arms for locust. Really press your toes down into the mat. Reach them away. Release the hands, up and back, downward facing dog. Left leg will reach up to the sky. Hug the knee in. Circle it out just one time. Stepping left foot between the hands, warrior one. Arms reach up with the inhale. Exhale, them sweep down and back. Opening up the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale. Come all the way up. Release the hands. Turn to the right side of the mat. Lunge over the right. Lunge towards the left. And again, any variation with the hands. And then the next time you come over that left foot, turn forward, step back into plank, come down to the earth, tops of the feet relax, roll the shoulders back and away, extend the arms, lifting up high enough you can feel your entire back engaged. Release the hands down, press up and back, downward facing dog. And then from our downward facing dog, coming all the way down onto our hands and knees. And then we'll come down onto our belly and our forearms. So we're gonna set up a little shoulder chest opening, and starting on the left side, we're gonna extend that left arm out to the left and then bending the arm. So I'll demonstrate here in the air. So we're taking that left arm out, bending it 90 degrees, and then you're gonna bring that elbow just higher than the shoulder onto the mat. And then taking that right hand and the left side of your head down to the mat, right hand down to the mat, press into your right hand as you begin to roll onto the left side of your body. Feet can stack, both knees could be bent or straight, or that top leg could come behind you and just toes touching. If the head doesn't come down comfortably, go ahead and put a blanket or a block underneath your head and just coming to a degree that feels really good in your body. Breathe into the front of that left shoulder, left chest. And then gently begin to roll back to center. Bringing both forearms down, passing through Sphinx. And we're gonna set up the right side. So the right arm will extend out, bend the elbow 90 degrees, and then sliding that elbow just a little higher than the shoulder. You're gonna use your left hand as kind of that lever to help roll onto the right side of your body. So either stacking the legs, again, knees could be bent, or one straight, one bent. Top leg could come behind. And then the right side of the head down onto the ground or onto a blanket, block, any place that can allow you to relax the neck and the head. Give yourself a moment to really breathe into that right side. And then gently coming back to center, coming back up onto our forearms. And this time on our forearms in our Sphinx pose, really press down, slide those elbows right underneath the shoulders, and see if you can really lengthen that crown up towards the ceiling, and then just let those shoulders roll back and down. Point your toes back. Slide the hands back beside the ribs, pressing up and back, downward facing dog. Stretch it out, reaching the arms nice and long. And then we'll lower our knees down to the mat, coming up to kneeling. So working a little bit with our core and places that will help support our lower back, will help support our chest. It's kind of all in this area from knees to shoulders. So keeping a nice long line from your knees to your shoulder. We're just gonna lean back and lean forward. So go ahead and bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your lower back. So we're not gonna go into any back bending. We're gonna stay nice and long like a board. So nice deep breath in. Exhale, begin to lean back. You're gonna feel your lower abdominals kicking in. You're gonna feel your quads. Exhale. You might even feel the glutes beginning to put the brakes on. But just begin to notice which areas of the body start lighting up to help support you here. Exhaling as we lean back. Inhaling back to center. Exhale. And inhale. And let's do two more just like that. Last one. Nice. And now removing the hands, bringing both hands out in front. We're going to do the exact same thing, but now we've taken away just a little bit of our support. Always can come back to it, but try it. As you come back, keeping that nice long line and rising. Feel as though you want to hug your thighs together and lift up out of the lower back. Exhale. Inhale, rising. Exhale. Inhale. And let's do two more of those just at this pace. Nice job, everyone. So bringing those hands to your hips, I'm going to turn sideways. We're going to do a little bit more focus on the obliques into the side waist. And so just taking that left arm out and up and begin to lift and sway over towards your right side. And then up and back. So now right arm reaches up and over. Nice. So hands can stay on the hips, or maybe they come here in front. And as one arm reaches up, you're kind of just drawing this big circle as you tip yourself over towards the right side, switching the direction, scooping, rounding. So a side waist opening without any support, just a little more focus on the strengthening aspect of our side waist. Might not be going as far, just challenging yourself to lift up and over. And let's go. One more left and one more right. And then let's bring it, both arms up to the sky. Anything going on in the shoulders, go ahead and bend those elbows. And imagine you're holding one of those gigantic exercise balls. And we're just gonna tip ourselves over towards the right. Come back to center. Over to the left. Back to center. Big breath in. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale. One more time each side. So we'll tip over. Reach it up. And then over to our left side. Back to center, bring those arms down. Come on back to hands and knees, and then up, downward facing dog. From our down dog, look at your hands and begin to walk, jump, or step to the top of your mat. And then bend your knees and bring your chest and your belly to your thighs. And from here, let's reach our arms straight out in front of us. So beginning stage of a chair pose, hugging those legs towards each other, pressing the hips back. And then if all is well in the shoulders, arms can reach up towards the ears or just right out in front. So take another breath here. And then let's come all the way up to stand. Circle the arms down and around. Great job, everyone. So we'll take the arms up and over the head. Sweep the hands behind, interlace the fingers. We're gonna open up the chest, hands can stay at the lower back, and you're just hugging those elbows towards each other or extending the arms towards the back edge of your mat. Another breath here. Slowly again, pressing the hips back, coming into chair pose with the interlacing of the arms. Again, hands can be close in. Nice deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more. You've got this. And then from here, let's begin to straighten the legs, fold forward. Hands can drip over the head or relax the hands at the lower back. And then releasing the hands down the back of the legs. We're gonna come into downward facing dog. Nice. From downward facing dog, let's lift that right leg up to the sky. Hug the knee in, and let's do another hip circle. So circling that knee out and around, and then stepping right foot between the hands. Warrior one. Both arms coming up. Bring the hands down to the waist. We're gonna straighten that front leg. Stepping our back foot in slightly, maybe half a foot to a whole footprint. Front leg straight. And then feel as though you're gonna press those hips back. Lengthening the spine forward. And then inhale, rise up. So we're adding in all those juicy back muscles. Kind of a locust pose with pyramid legs. Rising up. Press those hips back. Nice. So one more time. Let's reach those arms up. So nice long spine. Pressing our hips back. Reaching forward. Press through the feet. Come all the way up. Last one like this. Hug that right hip back. And then as you come all the way up, we're gonna circle the arms behind us. This time, either catching either wrist behind you or maybe catching either elbow, or if you are very open, you can go into the reverse namaste hands. That's not with me today. So catching either elbow, pressing through the feet, lengthening up out of the hips, and same thing, we're gonna draw that right hip back, left hip forward, bowing halfway. So our spine stays nice and long. You're gonna feel that action of wanting to pull the shoulders, opening up the chest. And then rising up. One more of those. As you bow forward, we're gonna bring a little bend into that front knee. And then lifting up the back leg, coming into warrior three with our hands behind us. Otherwise, hands can come down to blocks, bringing them right under the shoulders. Lengthening up out of that back leg, so flex those left toes, toes pointing towards the ground. You should feel your glutes engage. One more breath, and we'll slowly begin to set it down. Release both arms up, and we'll take a bow over that front leg. So hands can come to either side of your front foot, to blocks, to props, lengthening the spine, releasing over the leg. From here, go ahead and begin to slide that back foot out a little bit, coming down onto our back knee into a low lunge. And we're going to play around with a little more twist here. So taking both arms up towards the sky and bringing them into your heart. We'll turn our heart and our belly towards the right, hooking our left elbow to the outside of the knee or catching the outside of the thigh. Setting up a low lunge twist. Hands can come to prayer. One more breath here. Slowly unwinding, coming back to center. Go ahead and begin to straighten that front leg. And we can bow over that front leg into a half split. You can use blocks again, bringing the earth up to you. You can slide foot and knee further away from each other. So any variation here that feels really juicy and yummy. Breath is even. And then from here, let's begin to rebend our knee. Sliding that right foot back, stacking the hips right over the knees. We're going to move back into that heart pose that we started our class in. So arms extend out nice and long. Head, any part of the head, the top of the head, the forehead, coming down towards the heart onto the mat. One more breath here. And then walking the hands in, curling the toes under, lifting up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to lift that left leg up to the sky. Hug the knee into the belly. Circle it out one time. And then step the left foot between the hands, warrior one. And from our warrior one, straightening that front leg, we can bring our hands to our heart. We're going to slide that back foot in. Actually bringing our hands to our waist. And hugging that left hip back, right hip forward, and bowing right at the hip crease. So right where the legs come into the pelvis, not where the waistband is. Slowly begin to rise up. Exhale, bowing halfway down. Inhale. And exhale. Nice job. Let's do one more of those. And as we come up, we're going to take those arms behind us, either interlacing, catching wrist, catching elbows, or bringing our palms into a reverse prayer. And again, finding that length through the spine, pressing those hips back. Front leg is straight as you begin to bow forward. And then rising and lifting up and down. Inhale, really grounding through that back foot to help lift you up. And then slowly folding forward. One more time, rising. And then as you bow forward, you're going to bring a bend into that front knee. We're moving into warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. So anchoring into that left leg, right foot lifts up off the mat. Hands can stay behind the back, opening up the chest, or feel free to bring hands down to the ground, down to blocks. Flex those right toes down towards the mat. Lift up through the leg. Breathe. One more breath. Slowly begin to set it back down. Warrior one. A shortened warrior one. Taking the arms up, straighten that front leg, and we're going to bow forward. So bringing hands down to blocks, down to the mat. Spine is nice and long, reaching your heart towards your toes, chin curls in. And then rising back up. We're going to pivot on that back foot, lower the back knee, and moving into a lunge. Taking both arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart, and we're going to turn belly and heart towards our left side. Either bringing the hands to the outside of the leg, or you can hook that right elbow to the outside of the knee, bringing the hands to prayer. And pausing here in your twist. Nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more breath. Slowly unwinding. We're going to move into that half split. So drawing the hips back. Hugging that left hip back. Right hip comes forward. And slowly bowing over the front leg. Half splits, full splits. Chin curls in. Spine again is nice and long as you bow over that front leg. And then slowly rebending as we pass through our lunge. Slide that left knee back, stacking the hips right over the knees, sliding the hands forward and any part of your head coming down to the mat. Hands are grounded, forearms lifted. And we're not dumping everything into our upper back. We are still very strong and active. Beginning to bring those elbow creases a little bit more towards the midline. And then from here, coming all the way down onto your belly. And we're gonna play with a few back bends here. And we're gonna do 3 of them, so you can progressively keep adding on. You can go straight to Dhanurasana, bow pose if that's what you're feeling. But we'll start with taking our locust pose. So reaching those arms back, palms were facing down, feet were down. So from here, if you would like to interlace the fingers and press the hands back, or you could grab a strap or a towel between the hands and feel as though you're kind of pulling it apart as you reach the hands back, and then an option to lift the feet. So we really want to feel this in the chest, and if lifting the legs kind of distracts from it, just keep them down. And from here, let's just pause for maybe 3 more breaths. And then bringing one cheek down to the mat, release the hands beside the body. Setting up for round 2. You can do exactly what you did, or if you would like, bending both knees. You can play around with Dhanurasana or prep without catching the legs and just interlacing the hands, or catching outer ankles. Press the feet away from the body. Feel that opening in the chest. So hips are still very much grounded. And this might be what feels really awesome in your body if you've been sitting all day. And then again, if you feel you might need a little more into the hip flexors, feel free to begin to lift the legs up towards the sky. Finding that right amount that feels good for you. Pausing in, breathing. And then lowering everything down, bringing the other cheek to the mat. Softening the hips. And then our last round. Locust pose, bow pose, either one. And if you want to change the orientation of your arms, if you're feeling that the shoulders have opened up a little bit more, you can bring your hands to the inside of the feet, to the ankles, and same steps. First, just pressing those feet back, get a taste of it. Does that feel good? And if everything feels all right, you can begin to lift the hips up, the thighs up off the mat, and back. So just knowing that your body changes day to day and honoring where it is today. Go ahead and release everything down to the mat. Bring your forehead to the back of your palms. So your spine is nice and long and straight. Breath is nice and deep. Hips, back, everything begins to relax. And then from here, we're going to press up to hands and knees. And go ahead and bring your legs forward. And we're going to bring the soles of our feet together for Baddha Konasana. So anchoring through the hips. If you would like additional support underneath the knees, if they're a little high, go ahead and feel free to bring blocks or props, as well as anything to sit on. Hands to the feet, lengthen up, and then bowing forward. Keep that nice long spine. You might not go far, you might just go a couple of inches, but keep lifting up out of the lower back, up through the spine. One more breath here. Bring the chin in towards the chest. Begin to round and fold over the legs. Pause here. Another breath. And then gently rising up. We're going to turn. We're going to make sure we're in the center of our mat. And then slowly begin to roll down onto your back. And taking our right leg up into the sky. We're going to extend our left leg out nice and long, just above the mat. So if either knee needs to bend, go right ahead. And then bringing the hands right beside the body. Feel that contraction and that abdominals beginning to work. And then we'll slowly begin to switch, bringing left leg up, right leg down. Hovering just above the mat, maybe even a little higher. And let's switch. Right leg up, left leg down. Big breath in. Big breath out. And last time switching. Go ahead and bring both legs down to the mat. Bending both knees. Take and lift your hips up, and we're gonna shift and lay your hips down over to the right just a little bit. And then gently begin to drop your knees over towards your left. So just creating a little bit more space for the hips. Hands can come out wide like a T. You can bring them back into those cactus arms. Or if it feels all right, you can reach above the head. So we want to be able to have both shoulder blades down on the mat. So just feel for that space that allows you to bring both shoulders down. Hips are nice and heavy. And then from here, let's begin to bring those knees back up to center. And then bringing the hips first back to center, and then we'll lift them up, and then just bringing them over to the left slightly. And then letting the knees drop over to the right. And then any variation in the arms. Keeping the shoulder blades close to the earth. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then from here, we're going to transition to Shavasana. But if there's any pose or any movement in your body that you're feeling, feel free to move there before setting up for Shavasana. Some good poses might be bringing the legs up against a wall, or a modified bridge pose, bringing a block under the lower back, and again, just lifting the legs up. Happy baby might be a good option, as well as just bringing the soles of the feet together, grabbing the ankles is also a nice option. Just enjoying. Let's take 6 more breaths wherever you are. Enjoy that pose and just really dialing in and listening to your body, what it might be feeling right now that things have gotten a little quieter. And then beginning to make your way out of your poses and into Shavasana. And would like to guide you through a meditation today. It's a loving kindness meditation. So once you find your way down, if there's anything else that you need to relax here, blankets, pillows, clothing, socks, anything that you need, go ahead and set up for that. You can also pause the video. Beauty of technology. And then coming to rest, down on your back, arms extended beside the body, legs extended long. You can keep the arms beside the body or even bringing them up to the heart, whichever feels best in your body. And let's take 3 full deep breaths before beginning our practice. Turning your awareness to you and how you are doing today. Noticing which parts of you feel rigid, tight. Maybe noticing which places feel a little more open, a little more soft. And just repeating softly and quietly to yourself. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be loved. Begin to turn your awareness and your attention towards maybe someone you've had a little interaction with, the cashiers at the grocery store, a driver passing you on the street, maybe a neighbor that you don't really know. Just someone that's come in contact with you that you neither like nor dislike. Maybe even picturing them in your mind. And silently whispering this blessing to them. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be loved. And then shifting that energy, turning it towards someone that maybe you've had a few more disagreements than you've liked to have. Someone that's causes a little conflict internally with you. I'm beginning to picture them. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be loved. And then our final round, shifting that energy to our communities, to our country, to our world. Sending out this collective blessing to all. May we be healthy. May we be safe. May we be happy. May we all be love. Feel free to stay here longer. Or when you're ready, rising up to seated. Bringing our hands to our heart. The light in me, the love in me, sees all of those things in you. Namaste. Have a great week, everyone. See you soon.